So today will be
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Myself, Naeem here. I was not part of yesterday's class. So, can you please kindly brief about the yesterday's session once? Uh,
so we've already asking about yesterday's class, so that cannot be repeated, right? We'll send you the video record in the group. Okay.
Actually, I was not added yesterday. From your side, I don't know what was the
We
confusion.
already it is sent in the
Kindly,
group. Again, we will send today.
no. I was not added in the group. Uh,
So if I take the start the class
so,
yesterday, then the
kind
whole
request
class will
if
be
was
already. The other students are also here, and most of the students
no. Just
have
a
been.
brief session is possible. No problem. If not possible, no
However, it will
problem.
take the
I'm
whole
just
period, sir.
asking for brief.
Okay, I'll however go through this. If time is there, I'll once again go through the starting bits. You please continue with the
Thank you.
today's bit.
Thank you.
So today's interpretation of constitutional law matters needed. What is the interpretation of constitutional matters? Interpretation of constitutional matters means क्या समझ में आता है आपको? Interpretation means constitution. All the laws, first you need to understand that what is constitution. What is constitution? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जो है एक दस्तूर है हर कंट्री का, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, हर भी कंपनी रहने दीजिए या कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रहने दीजिए, एनजीओ रहने दीजिए, हर कंपनी का, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, एवरीथिंग, एवरी कंट्री विल हैव इट्स ओन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, राइट? जो भी है वो उसी दस्तूर से, उसके कानून से दूसरे लॉज बनते हैं, जिसके जैसा आपके पास जो है आईपीसी है, बीएनएस, आईपीसी है, सीआरपीसी, एविडेंस एक्ट। अब तो जो है वो बदल के जो है बीएनएस, बीएसए और क्या बना, बीएनएसएस, राइट? तो वो बन गया, वो चेंज हो गया। उसके अलावा और भी दूसरे रहते हैं लॉज आपके लिए, वो तो जो बेसिक कोडिफाइड लॉ है, जो है बेसिक प्रिंसिपल्स है, जो पनिशमेंट जब भी जो है कोई रॉन्ग हुआ, कोई क्राइम हुआ, उसके लिए है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आपको जो है सिविल लॉज रहते हैं, उसकी उसी तरह जो है कई सारे कानून रहते हैं आपको। जुवेनाइल जस्टिस एक्ट, छोटे बच्चे रहे तो उनके लिए सेपरेट जुवेनाइल जस्टिस एक्ट रहता। इसी तरह जो है यहाँ पर भी जो है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो भी है मैटर्स जो डील करते हैं, उसमें जो है इंटरप्रिटेशन रहता है। इंटरप्रिटेशन यानी अब कोई केस, कोई एक आर्टिकल है, आपको आर्टिकल आप सपोज करिए, आप आर्टिकल 12 to 35 फंडामेंटल राइट्स है आपको, बराबर? उसमें जो भी आर्टिकल्स है, उसमें अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम अराइज हुआ या उसको कोई चैलेंज करे, आपको जो है सिटीजन एक्ट है, सिटीजनशिप एक्ट है ना, आपको सिटीजन पासपोर्ट है, आपको उससे रिलेटेड जो भी है। अब जैसा आपको SIR चल रहा है, जैसा है ना पहले चला, तो उसके लिए क्या होता, जो भी लॉज है उसमें अगर कोई जैसे नए लॉज जैसा लाए, उसके मातहत जो भी कानून आते, जैसा मैं अभी बोला आपको आईपीसी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के थ्रू जो है आईपीसी वगैरह बने, उसी तरह जो भी है फॉर टाइम बिंग, टाइम टू टाइम जो भी लॉज रहते हैं आपको, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल कोविड आया, कोविड के टाइम पे कुछ न्यू लॉज आए, तो जो भी नए लॉज आते हैं उसमें कुछ भी अगर प्रॉब्लम रही, कुछ भी अगर आप सपोज करिए, आप गवर्नमेंट आपके लिए कोई कानून बनाई, उसमें जो है आपका कुछ क्लॉज, आपका नाम है, आपका जैसा आपका फादर नेम है, आपकी कंट्री है, प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ है, आपका एरिया है, कोई कुछ चीज क्या हो रहा, क्लॉज है उसमें जो है छूट रहा, जो है आपको उसमें जो है फिट आपको होने के लिए जो है कोई क्राइटेरिया जो है गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से खुद मिसिंग है, तो उसमें क्या होता, आप क्या करते हैं उसके लिए, आप जो है हाई कोर्ट अप्रोच होते नहीं होते आप, यू विल अप्रोच द कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ इफ देयर इज एनीथिंग मिसिंग इन द पार्ट ऑफ लॉ और देयर इज एनी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट विद द लॉ। So what does the court does that upon that court will hear the matter for you, and from the government also there will be advocate, and likewise there will be cases will be going day to day every day in high court and supreme court, right? Likewise interpretation means of constitution, जैसा अभी मैं बताया आपको, जब जो भी उसमें पेचीदगी आई कानून में जो भी है, उसके लिए आप अप्रोच करें कोर्ट में, तो वहां पर क्या होता, वहाँ जो है जजेस की बेंच बैठती है। जनरली क्या होता, कोई भी कोर्ट में आप अगर देखें तो आप ये एक एक एरिया के लिए एक एक कोर्ट रहता, आई मीन एक 5 एरियो के लिए ऐसा जो है एक कोर्ट रहता है। चंद्रायनगुट्टा है भी है, बारकस है, वो है, बनलागुड़ा है, कंचनबाग है, अतराफ के एक 4-5 जुरिस्डिक्शन के मिला करके जो है एक कोर्ट रहता है पुलिस स्टेशन के लिए। वैसे ही उसके लिए क्या होता है, एक कोर्ट रहता है, उसमें एक जज साहब रहते हैं, जो भी केसेस रहते हैं जज साहब डील करते हैं। उसी तरह हाई कोर्ट रहता है आपका, पूरे जितने डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स रहते हैं आपके, प्लीज कम इन, जितने डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल टेक स्टेट ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश, सॉरी तेलंगाना, तेलंगाना इज देयर, so how many districts are there? 29, 30, earlier it was whatever number of districts are there, for that high court is constituted. हाई कोर्ट में क्या होता है, आपके लिए जो है डिफरेंट मैटर्स के लिए डिफरेंट कोर्ट हॉल्स रहते हैं, डिफरेंट जजेस रहते हैं, अलग अलग जजेस रहते हैं. एक जो है कोई आपके फंडामेंटल राइट्स के लिए एक रहता, कोई जो है सिटीजनशिप के लिए जो डील करता, आपको जो है रिट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ रिट्स रहता है, आपको मैंडामास रहता है, रिट्स ऑफ सर्शियोरी रहते हैं, हेबियस कॉर्पस रहती डिफरेंट. सो वहां पर जो है डिफरेंट बेंचेस रहते हैं, अलग अलग कोर्ट्स रहते हैं उसमें. वहां पर जो है एक एक जज रहते हैं. लेकिन जब भी जो मैटर, अगर कोई बड़ा मैटर रहा, ऐसा कोई स्पेशल मैटर्स रहे, वहां पर जो है एक जज नहीं रहते, वहां पर एक मिनिमम 3 रहते, 5 रहते. तो उसी तरह जो है यहाँ पर भी इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए नंबर ऑफ बेंचेस कितने रहते बोले तो आपको फुल बेंच रहती 10, मिनिमम जजेस ऑफ 10 12 प्लीज कमिंग. सो for this kind of matters minimum bench of judges will be constituting of 5 judges. पहले क्या होता था, before this, when the in the British, during the British area, there was similar kind of courts were there, 3 judges, 5 judges, jury will be there. You heard about jury system was there. Later it was abolished due to a case law. Why? Because there was division among the जो जजेस हैं वहां पर, उनके आपस में जो है इख्तिलाफ हुआ था. जो है हाफ जजेस इनको प्रमोट इनके पक्ष में थे, हाफ जजेस जो इनके पक्ष में थे, वहां डिस्प्यूट हुआ. वहां से जो है जूरी खत्म करके सिंगल जज हुआ. लेकिन जब भी कोई बड़े केसेस होते कंट्री में, उसके लिए जो है मिनिमम 5 जजेस ऐसा रहते, उसके लिए मिनिमम 5 जजेस है. मैटर्स इन्वॉल्विंग द इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मस्ट बी डिसाइडेड बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बेंच of the Supreme Court consisting of at least 5 judges. This requirement is provided under Article 145 subclause 3. आपको जो है आर्टिकल जैसा मैं बताया 12 to 35 फंडामेंटल राइट्स है, सिटीजनशिप है, उसी तरह जो है आर्टिकल 145 सबक्लॉज 3 उसमें जो है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. As per that, whenever a case involves substantial question of constitutional interpretation, it must be referred to a bench. Bench in the sense not only the Supreme Court. Here if matters are there, अगर जो भी matters if it is pending pertaining to the state, यहाँ पर जो है हाई कोर्ट में भी इसी तरह के केसेस रहते हैं आपको. लेकिन जब जो है जैसा मैं बतलाया आपको, जो SIR का मैटर है, ये जो है पूरा होल इट इज पूरा कंट्री पे नाफिज क्या हुआ है, तो मैटर्स जो है हर स्टेट में आते हैं. इसकी वजह जो है हर स्टेट में, यहाँ पर भी हो रहा, वहां पर भी हो रहा, हर स्टेट में हो रहा. तो उसके लिए क्या होता, पूरा जो भी केसेस है पूरा सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाता उसका केस. सुप्रीम कोर्ट में 5 जजेस की बेंच रहेगी. 5 जजेस बेंच जो भी डील करेंगे, जो भी उनका ऑर्डर रहेगा वो इम्प्लीमेंट होगा. राइट, एनी डाउट्स? आर्टिकल्स जो है आपको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में रहते हैं. मैं जैसा आपको बताया अभी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के तहत पूरे आर्टिकल्स रहते हैं, पूरे आई मीन सेक्शंस रहते हैं. जो आपके IPC है, जो अब BNS बना, और डिफरेंट लॉज जैसे भी जो भी है. लेकिन ये जितने भी लॉज बनते हैं एज पर दी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया बनते हैं. जैसा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो आर्टिकल है पर्टिकुलर, फॉर एग्जांपल आपको सिटीजनशिप का SR का आपको बतलाता हूँ. जो उसका जो पर्टिकुलर एक्ट है, जो सेक्शन है, उसका सेक्शन के तहत जो एक्ट से जो बना, उसी के कंटेंट्स के थ्रू जो है सेक्शन बनता, उसके अगेंस्ट नहीं बनेगा. अगर उसमें लिखा हुआ है आपको, फॉर एग्जांपल आपको जुवेनाइल एक्ट है, उसमें जो है आपको चिल्ड्रन बिलो दी 14 ईयर्स ऑफ एज जो है बच्चे काम नहीं कर सकते, तो उसमें जो भी सेक्शन आपको बनेगा उसमें भी जो है सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ सेक्शन बना हुआ रहेगा. ये जो है 15 ईयर्स उसमें नहीं रहेगा या 13 ईयर्स नहीं रहेगा. उसी के लिए लेते हुए और उसके जो भी पेचीदगियां हैं उसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए वो कानून बनता हो, जो उसको जो है सेक्शन बोलते हैं. ओनली यू हैव आर्टिकल्स इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, नॉट इन एनी अदर बुक. नेक्स्ट, कमिंग टू दी 32. Yesterday you have came across this word prorogue, right? Madam explained you. क्या रहता prorogue बोलिए? Yeah, and for few hours or one day or holidays are there, if for example festivals are there or Sunday, so it will be continued. That will be done by the chief minister, right? So note, इसमें क्या रहेंगे, assembly is prorogued by the, आपको 4 ऑप्शंस रहेंगे हर आंसर में. on the advice of the chief minister or on the advice of the president of India, on the advice of the prime minister, on the advice of the high court chief justice. तो इसमें what would be the correct answer? No. Why? Because president is not directly, president will be dealing with the central subject. He is the president of India, he will be having dealing या प्रेस, that is for parliament. Yes, governor means state, it will be done. At the center it will be president. So the legislative assembly is prorogued. Legislative assembly will be in the state. Members of legislative assembly, right? You have MLAs. आपके MLAs जो रहते हैं, they are members of legislative assembly. They will be elected directly by the people. Voting होता, every 5 years voting होता, vote करते हैं हम. Through that voting system, they will be going to the assembly and they will be representing the matter on behalf of us. आपके जो भी मसले मसाइल है, जो भी मरहले हैं, वो जो है वो आपके रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं असेंबली में. जो भी है उसके आपको कुछ बिल्स वगैरह पास करना है, आपके स्कॉलरशिप्स का मसला है, कुछ भी रहा, जो भी पेंडिंग मैटर्स है, वो जो है रखते थे. लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली इज प्रोरोग्ड बाय द गवर्नर अंडर आर्टिकल 174 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. All are dealt with the as per the constitution only. Constitution is applicable to both the center and the state. We have the federal system of law, right? So constitution is the subject that is for the people of whole of India, both for the central and the state. Unlike you have in the United States, what you have over there, वहां पर जो है फेडरल सिस्टम, पूरे जो स्टेट्स है वो मिलके यूनियन बनाते हैं. यहाँ पर क्या है, पूरा यूनियन है. यहाँ पर यूनियन जो है स्टेट्स को चलाता है. उसीलिए जो है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के तहत ही चलते, जैसा मैं आपको बताया. सो उसमें जो है पावर्स रहते सबके. गवर्नर्स के पावर क्या है, प्रेसिडेंट के पावर्स क्या है, असेंबली के भी क्या है, और पार्लियामेंट के भी क्या है. उसके जो है उसको लेते हुए जो है 174 क्या बोल रहा बोले तो, चीफ मिनिस्टर विल बी हैविंग द पावर टू प्रोरोग द असेंबली. However, the governor exercises this power on the advice of the State Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister, not on the advice of the President of India. जब भी जो भी है आपके लॉज बनते हैं, जो भी बिल्स पास होते हैं, वो जो है कौन बनाते हैं आपको, सेंटर में जो है मिनिस्ट्री होती है आपकी, राइट? मिनिस्टर्स कौन होते हैं, जो भी इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट है आपकी. मेजोरिटी जो भी गवर्नमेंट आती है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में सेंट्रल रहती है. यहाँ जो है आपके असेंबली में जो भी मेजोरिटी पार्टी रहेगी, मेजोरिटी पार्टी वोट करने के बाद, जीतने के बाद, दे विल बी हैविंग मिनिस्ट्री इन द सेंटर. लाइकवाइज यहाँ स्टेट में भी वैसा ही रहेगा. सो द मिनिस्ट्री विल डिसाइड एंड मिनिस्ट्री विल बी हेडेड बाय द गवर्नर इन द स्टेट. लाइकवाइज द मिनिस्ट्री विल बी हेडेड इन द सेंटर बाय whom? President, right? Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Here you have the governor and the Council of Ministers. In consultation with them, the chief minister will prorogue the assembly, right? Next, coming to the quorum. What is quorum? Yes, please. काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स में अभी जैसा आपको बतलाया, जो भी रूलिंग गवर्नमेंट मेजॉरिटी जो आती, उसमें जो है few percent like 15% or few members among them will be elected by the ruling government. Among them it will be meeting will be held and few members of parliament will be given the charge of the ministry, like Ministry of Aviation, Ministry of Railways, Postal Services, like you have for the armed forces, as he is the President of India, is heading for the he's the chairperson for the armed forces. Let me tell you, coming to the ahead, I'll tell you the difference, you can, so that you can understand. यहाँ पर क्या होता है, दो चीजें होती है, सेंट्रल सब्जेक्ट और स्टेट सब्जेक्ट. सेंट्रल सब्जेक्ट क्या रहेगा, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास सेंट्रल सब्जेक्ट रहेगा. आर्मी है, जैसा रेलवेज है, पोस्टल सर्विसेज है, ये जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट्स है, ये जो है पूरे स्टेट के सेंटर के पास रहेंगे. और जो दूसरे सब्जेक्ट्स है, लाइक एजुकेशन है, हेल्थ है, वगैरह जो भी मैटर्स है, देर आर अराउंड 93 सब्जेक्ट्स दैट आर विद द सेंटर एंड some 63 like subjects they are rest with the state. But whereupon you have sometimes, like you have COVID here, so during that time what will be happen is that the central will take, if it needs and if it feels that it is of utmost important, the center will take the subject of the state. It will curb, जो सेंट्रल जो स्टेट के पावर्स रहते हैं वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ले लेगी. वाई? बिकॉज उनको जो है, जैसा हेल्थ का इशू था, जैसा कोविड-19 का था, so I explained like matter of SIR or some like that matters. Here also it is a matter of health. Health is a matter of utmost importance. उसके लिए क्या होगा, पूरा जो भी उसके लिए जो दवाई बनाई जाएगी, जो भी जो रिसर्च की जाएगी, वो पूरा सेंट्रल से होगा, और सेंट्रल के जो भी रूल्स रहेंगे, जो भी मेडिकेशन जो रहेगा, वो सेंट्रल से कैरी आउट होगा और जो है स्टेट तक पहुंचेगा, राइट। तो फॉर दैट, now coming back to the section, we're going with quorum, right? Quorum is, please come in. कोरम क्या रहेगा, जो जो है मिनिमम कोरम में जो है असेंबली चलाने के लिए या पार्लियामेंट चलाने के लिए मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स इज रिक्वायर्ड, राइट। इफ दैट रिक्वायर्ड मेंबर्स आर नॉट देयर, द असेंबली और द पार्लियामेंट कैन नॉट बी स्टार्टेड, कैन नॉट बी वर्क। उसके लिए जो है मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स कितने रहेंगे बोल करके बोल रहा है यहाँ पर। तो द कोरम ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव मेंबर्स इज 10 members or 10 members as 1/10 of the total membership of whom whichever is greater। या तो मिनिमम नंबर अगर छोटी रहेगी पार्लियामेंट जो असेंबली रहेगी एज पर द population of that state or that territory। you have two things here in India, you have union territories and the states, right। तो अगर यूनियन टेरिटरी रहेगी तो वहां के मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स, और जो भी ये स्टेट अगर रहेगा तो स्टेट के मिनिमम नंबर्स, और टोटल हाउस के जो है 1/10 मेंबर। इफ सपोज दे हैव 100 मेंबर्स, सो वहां उसमें जो है 10 मेंबर्स रहेंगे। लाइकवाइज मिनिमम 10 नंबर्स और मिनिमम टोटल नंबर ऑफ मेंबरशिप ऑफ होम विच एवर इज ग्रेटर। मैक्सिमम जो रहेंगे, ग्रेटर जो रहेंगे 10 मेंबर्स रहो, या मैक्सिमम कैपेसिटी 100 है तो उसमें भी जो है 1000 इफ मेंबर्स, we have around 534 536 members total member of parliaments, in that you have Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha again. So out of the total number of members, instead we have different. So for that, the total number of whatever the majority is there, you take out the proportional proportion of it, whatever the 10% of the members are greater, that will be taken into consideration, and with that this assembly or the parliament will start, right, and the decisions or the bills whatever has to pass, and the assembly continues. The quorum of legislative assembly is minimum number of members required to conduct the proceedings of the house according to article 189 subclause 3 the constitution of India. The quorum shall be 10 members or 1/10 of the total membership of the house, or whichever is greater. If there is no quorum during the meeting, the speaker must adjourn or suspend the sitting. अगर जो है 10% मेजोरिटी नहीं रहेगी तो जो है स्पीकर का काम क्या रहेगा, एंड असेंबली और पार्लियामेंट इट विल बी हेडेड बाय होम, speaker, right। You can see on the television or your news channels where whenever the assembly or the parliament will be going on, it will be headed by the speaker, right। so अगर majority, अगर simple majority नहीं रहेगी तो जो है या तो उसको सस्पेंड करना है, रोकना है, या तो स्टार्ट नहीं कर सकते, वो बोल रहा है यहाँ पर। so what is the total majority and number required for here in the quorum to start the assembly or the parliament? 10, right। next, the governor holds the office. What is the maximum period that the governor can hold the office? You have given the options are given: till the attainment of age of 65 years, or till the pleasure of the prime minister, during the pleasure of the president, or 5 years, or till succession is chosen. See, the governors will be, governors को कौन appoint करते हैं? President, right? All the governors of all the states will be appointed by the office of the President of India. So likewise, so till what age or till what period or by whom he can sit on the chair? So for that, during the pleasure of the president, as he is appointed by the president, he will be appointed by the president, or till the pleasure of the president means what? Until the president is sitting on his chair, the president is not retired, or there is due to some emergency or the death of the president, for example, or some any other reason, if only the president is not there on the chair and the seat is vacant, or by elections are conducted, unlike the state members of parliament or the members of legislative assembly, till that period, when till the president is there, he can continue his chair. Or what is the minimum number of members of parliament and members of assembly? Same period he will be also having, that is 5 years. Every 5 years you will be having elections for MLAs, MPs, right? So उनको भी जो है सेम पीरियड रहेगा, और टिल सक्सेशन इज चूजन। कभी ऐसा होता कि जो है प्रेसिडेंट का टर्म खत्म होता है, प्रेसिडेंट के भी इलेक्शंस होते हैं, राइट। प्रेसिडेंट को कौन इलेक्ट करते हैं? मेंबर्स ऑफ पार्लियामेंट करते हैं। उसमें जो भी है, जब इलेक्शंस होगा बीच में, जब भी जो है ऐसा कुछ रहेगा, या प्रेसिडेंट इज नॉट ऑन द चेयर, So that time it will be dissolved, and later on the presidents, after the appointment of the president, governors will be appointed, and that governors will rule for a period of next 5 years, right? And that is mentioned in article 156. The governor of a state holds the office during the pleasure of the president under article 156 of the constitution. The normal tenure of the governor is 5 years from the date he enters the office. However, the president may remove the governor at any time. The governor is can also continue his office until the successor assumes. कभी जो है, if the governor, if the president feels that he has to remove the governor, he can or change or transfer, he can make the transfer or remove or appoint the new governor for that state. फॉर एग्जाम्पल सपोज क्या होता है, जैसा बाइफ्रिकेशन हुआ, स्टेट ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश क्या था, एक ही स्टेट था पहले, फिर बाइफ्रिकेशन हुआ, आंध्र प्रदेश बना, तेलंगाना डिवाइड हुआ तो वहां पर क्या हुआ, सिमिलरली लाइकवाइज डिफरेंट स्टेट भी हुए, कई सारे स्टेट्स का बाइफ्रिकेशन हुआ, वहां पर क्या हुआ, दो गवर्नर्स की जरूरत पड़ती, फॉर टाइमिंग क्या होता वहां पर, दो गवर्नर्स तो नहीं थे, तो स्टेट ऑफ जो पहले के जो गवर्नर थे, ही विल कंटिन्यू फॉर द अदर स्टेट आल्सो. विल स्टॉप फॉर 5 मिनट्स. ग्रुप में ऐसा तुम एक बार पूछा ऊपर मैंने. So right, can we get back to the class? So next is what, the governor can be impeached. You have four options here also. The governor powers, as just now I discussed the powers of the governor. जी बोलिए. 34 नहीं, चार है ना इसमें, करेक्ट वाले. Yes, in the book he has given likewise, but when you get the options in the exam paper, you will be getting only one option, either of the option or combined option. So just you need to go through this article. Articles are there, right? Just you go through the articles over there, you can understand there and you can answer. प्लेजर का मतलब वही होता है, जब तक जो है प्रेसिडेंट जब तक रहेंगे पावर में, जब तक रहेंगे प्रेसिडेंट की ऑफिस, जब तक प्रेसिडेंट पावर में है, जब तक उनका टाइम पीरियड खत्म नहीं होगा, जब तक जितने भी गवर्नर्स ऑफ द स्टेट है सब भी जो है ऑफिस दे कैन कंटिन्यू देयर ऑफिस. If once the governor is retired or there is uncertainty about the president of India and re-elections are scheduled, no, for once he is appointed, see here he says that once he is appointed, the pleasure of the president of India as per Article 156, the normal tenure of the governor is 5 years. Once he is appointed, from there he will be continuing for 5 years. The president elections will have during that time also they will continue. Once the elections won't take many days for the president. Why? Because they are conducted by the members of parliament, and soon it will be concluded, and it will be for a period of for a day or two like that. So however that won't dissolve the powers. During that time the next president continues, they can again continue their power. During only that time they cannot discharge their functions or for a day or two, something like that. So if without the president the country cannot, or the states and the union territories, they cannot continue their offices. So this has never been happened, so it is highly impossible. But for a possibility, if at all there are any inconsistent, any chances are there, for that he is talking about, but that is rarely happened. So normally whenever the governor is appointed, he will be taking charge for 5 years and he will continue his office. The thing only you need to understand is that in parliament and legislatures also there are two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha will dissolve every 5 years. Members of parliaments and members of legislative assembly, they will be having elections. Elections होने के जब रुकते हैं, लेकिन on the other hand you have the council of ministers, MLCs, member of legislative council, that is Rajya Sabha, upper house, and Lok Sabha is lower house. So Rajya Sabha will never be dissolved. Why? Because their elections are held, they are elected, and for a period of every year 2/3 members will retire and new members will be appointing. Not like the whole house will be dissolved like of parliament, members of parliament and members of assembly, they won't be having elections every year, so that won't be dissolved. So similarly the president will also have the same power and with the same scenarios with the governors of the state. Whenever the president elections are president concludes his period of tenure, that is 5 years, fresh elections will be held for the president. Either the earlier president can continue, and not more than twice the president can continue his post. So never, unlike you can see the prime minister of India, like the sitting prime minister and the earlier prime ministers, they can continue for more than 2 times, 3 times, for however how long they can, but the president cannot continue for more than twice. So that is what it, in other words, it wanted to say, that the governors can continue their period for a period of 5 years or till the pleasure of the president. That is what it means. कुछ doubts है और किसी को? Right. So I'll continue. The chief minister of a state is, 4 options are given: elected by the members of the house, appointed by the chief justice of high court, formally appointed by the governor, or elected by the cabinet. So what, according to you, what is the right answer here? Formally appointed by the governor. So what happens is that the majority ruling party, whoever wins the elections, among them, one member out of them, they will elect one of them as chief minister. They will be appointed by the head of the party or the members among them. So it is their choice in whatsoever manner. So once the majority is proved, they approach the governor and say that we have majority is there, we can form the government, please declare as the government of the ruling state. So upon that the governor will issue a certificate and declare that you are declared as elected as the winning party and majority party, you can take charge over the house. And that's no, chief minister will be elected one among the members of the elected members. See, your MLAs are elected, right? Out of your MLAs, the majority, what is there? Like for example, here we have alliance. Apart from the alliance, the ruling majority party, one among them will be elected as chief minister, right? They themselves will appoint one of them, or the head of the party if you have the whatever the party is there, they will elect a member as chief minister, or among them, they will be elected as chief minister. Election, whatever the procedure among them is there. After that, they approach the governor and say that we have formed we are in majority, we won the elections. Please declare as the ruling majority party. Else, what will be the scenario on the other hand? Alliance will be there. If on the one hand you have the majority winning party, and on the other hand you have two parties. So if two parties they form in alliance, if they form the majority, then this party cannot form the government. The majority, be it in alliance, they will have the majority and they will have the chief minister of their party, right? This is the system. The chief minister of a state is formally appointed by the governor under Article 164 of the Constitution of India. Usually, the governor appoints the leader of the majority party in the legislative assembly as the chief minister. After the appointment, the other ministers are appointed by the governor on the advice of the chief ministers. The other members are appointed. Here, what does the other members means? Like you have ministries over there. Like here also, you will have some members, member of legislative council (MLCs). Like you have issues if the criteria is fulfilled by the member of legislative councils, like the upper house, Rajya Sabha, in Lok Sabha also, in state also, we have the in legislature also member of legislative council. So for that also the minister will be. So governor will be appointing that members here in state on the advice of the chief minister. Thus the governor makes the formal appointment of the chief minister. As I said, the winning majority party that will be declared by the governor. A certificate will be issued and the party can form the government. All right? Any doubts? MLA will be no, the power. See, the MLAs will be having the power over the constituency. Like you have Chandranguta here. You have one MLA of this constituency. He will be having the power of your constituency. Like similarly, I have given the example of ministries will be there. So here also your different departments of their education department is there. Other minority departments are there. So for each department, they will member of legislative councils. They will be taking charge of that thing, and they will be appointed by the on the advice of the chief minister. See here states the after the appointment. Usually the governor appoints the leader of the majority party in the legislative assembly, right? As the chief minister. Thereafter, what happens? After the appointment, the other ministers are appointed by the governor on the advice of the chief minister. Whatever the ministers are there, whosoever are there, that are appointed only by the governor. Governor has the power to appoint the minister. Like in center, you have the president. Here you have the governor to appoint the ministers. Next, the number of judges in a high court. What are the total number of judges in the high court? That are not fixed. Why? Because different states are there. According to the population, according to the matters, the majority will be fixed by the high court, and that is increasing every few years. Why? Because population is increasing. Likewise, the territories, alteration of boundaries, the central government is having the power. That here also you will have during the elections, all the constituencies will be divided. Sometimes it will be added, or sometimes it will be part of portion will be taken out of that constituency. So that is what it is speaking about. So on basic upon the constituencies, like in the assembly or the member of likewise in the high court also, you will be having based upon that the majority will be increasing. Like here we have 36 courts in the high court as of now. So earlier that might be very less, 12 have been started like with few, and day by day in the Supreme Court also the benches are also now increasing. So that is what it is fixed. If it is fixed, right? Can it be fixed? No. It will be increasing every few years. It is flexible, right? This is the correct option. Fixed by the legislative assembly. Can it be fixed by the legislative assembly? No. Why? Because the powers, that is, I think you have studied, our government is part of not only democracy, it is like India is a diverse country. We also have diverse cultures, traditions, and what. So here also we have government is governed by three systems like legislative, executive, and judiciary, and each cannot enter the other part. Why? They have their own ambit. Legislative cannot interfere in the judiciary. Likewise, judiciary cannot interfere with the legislative assembly, right? Only there is any conflict with regarding to the laws, if they are inconsistent, like we have studied in the first 30th, I think, interpretation. For interpretation, if the laws are not clear, that matters will reach the court and court will decide that matters. Mostly, the court also tries to resolve the matter through the legislative assembly only. Laws will be there and the courts will be dealing whatever the laws are made. See, whatever the articles you read here, the articles and sections. Who made these articles and sections? Members of legislative assembly and members of parliament, right? They made the laws. सो जो मेंबर ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली है, मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट है, वो लोग जो भी कानून बनाए उसी के तहत जो भी है जुडिशियरी वो लॉज को जो है इम्प्लीमेंट करती है और उसी के तहत जो है आपको लॉज आपके इम्प्लीमेंट होते हैं. इफ एग्जांपल एनी रॉन्ग इज कमिटेड थ्रू आईपीसी, द केसेस विल बी बुक्ड एंड थ्रू सीआरपीसी प्रोसीजर इज conducted and evidence act, the punishment is done and granted to the accused. If it is really guilty, punishment will be given to him, he will be punished accordingly, and if it is innocent, he'll be acquitted, right? So where were we? So formally here this part is completed, right? Number of judges, this is also completed. Next year, once retired, a judge of high court cannot be appointed as the judge of the high court, can be appointed as by the president again, can be appointed by the law minister, can be appointed by the chief justice with prior consent of the president of India. So here the right answer is, once a retired judge of the high court can be appointed again by the chief justice with prior consent of the president of India. Why is it so? See, he cannot be appointed by the judge of the high court again. Why? Because the powers of the Supreme Court are more than High Court, right? The judges, who appoints the judges of the High Court? President, along with the consultation with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India, right? And the judges of the Supreme Court also. Likewise, the names will be referred by the Chief Justice of High Court for the appointment of High Court, the Chief Justice of High Court and the Governor. They will also have the power. So in that scenario, on the retirement, see, if a judge is retired, be it the High Court or the Supreme Court, again he can be appointed. Why? Because if there are no judges, if there is any post vacant in any union territory or the state, so to fill that position, it will take some time, right? They need to, selection panel will be there, so they need to set the criteria. The judges are there, they have to be elevated from the lower courts, or the advocates, the practicing advocates. See, you need to know the procedure for the appointment of judges of the High Court and Supreme Court. What is the procedure for that? The judges of the High Court and Supreme Court, they can be elevated by the practicing judges among the lower courts, that is Sessions Court. And the other thing is that the practicing judges at the High Court and Supreme Court, minimum criteria is 10 years. If they are practicing judges, practicing advocates of High Court for a minimum period of 10, having good number of cases and good practice, he can be elevated to the position of judge of the High Court, right? Likewise, in the Supreme Court also, judges will be elevated directly from the Supreme Court, or the judges from the High Court who are elected as the judges of High Courts, later on they will be elevated to the position of Supreme Court. And similarly, the judges, through you have JCJ exam, judicial service exams, you prepare for that exams, you have what is the criteria for you people, you write the LAWCET. If you qualify the LAWCET, you go to the college, you qualify the exam, you become the advocate, you enroll with the state government, and after a period of 3 years, you are entitled, that is competent to become a judge upon writing the examination, qualifying the written and interview, right? After that, what happens? You become a judge and you will elevate to the position of sessions judge, and later on you can even be elevated to the High Court and Supreme Court if your age is there, age criteria and all the criteria meets, right? So hope you all got the procedure for the election, for the appointment of the judges of the High Court and Supreme Court, right? So here also it says that the judge, retired judge, can also be appointed with the prior consent of the Chief Justice of India in consultation with the President of India, right? That is according to Article 224A. What it says, a retired judge of the High Court can be requested to sit and act, not in full, right? Here also in the High Courts, and what happens, the Chief Justice of High Courts, mostly what happens is that judges of the High Courts will be elevated to the Supreme Court, right? So meantime, who has to chair the person of the High Court as the Chief Justice? Like you have this state cannot be governed without the Chief Minister, and in the center without the Prime Minister. So like one among the members of majority members, Chief Minister is elected, and one among the members of the Parliament, Prime Minister is elected, right? Now one among the members of the judges also, High Court Chief Justice is elected. When he is elevated to the Supreme Court, the chair will be vacant. So during that time, who will preside the judge, the chair of the judge? One among the judges will be acting as acting Chief Justice. He will be termed as acting Chief Justice. He will be elected from the same state, or he will be appointed from other state. The judge of the other state, he will be appointed to another state as acting Chief Justice. And later on, there are chances that he will be made the permanent Chief Justice, or he will be transferred to some other court, High Court, and the judge of the ruling High Court, the present High Court, can become the Chief Justice, or from other High Courts, other states, he will Chief Justice will be appointed, right? Hope you understood that. Any doubts? Please. Yeah, temporary. That is Chief Justice, permanent Chief Justice will be there. All the time, permanent Chief Justice. Just for your knowledge purpose, I'm telling that will not be in however in your exam part. For knowledge information, I'm telling you that. Right? Next, coming. A judge of the High Court retires at what age? During the pleasure of the President, during the pleasure of the Governor, or during the pleasure of the Chief Justice of Supreme Court, at the age of 62 years. As of now, it is 62. That will be changing from time to time. Whatever is said by the government or the court, what are the orders? As of now, it is the age 62 years. A note: a judge of the High Court retires at the age of 62 years according to Article 217, Clause 1, Article 217, Clause 1 of the Constitution of India. What it says is that the judge holds the office until he attains the age, unless he resigns or he is removed earlier according to the constitutional provisions. What are the constitutional provisions? Article 217, right? Articles are there according to, as everything is governed by the Constitution itself. The appointment, the retirement of the High Court judges and other sectors are also mentioned here in this. So, according to Article 217, Clause 1, the age of the judge of the High Court, Supreme Court or High Court, here it is mentioned as High Court, it is 62 years, right? Or unless he resigns, or he is removed, or he is transferred, or he is removed. Either he is removed, resigns, or he is removed, or until he attains the age of 65 years. He can enjoy his office, he can hold that office, and he can take over the High Court, right? He can deal with the matters of the High Court. The retirement age of the, earlier it was 62 years, 60 years, but later it increased to 62 years, right? Here, writ of habeas corpus. What do you mean by writ of habeas corpus? Habeas corpus is one of the writs. You have many kinds of writs: writ of mandamus, writ of certiorari, and here you have habeas corpus. What is the habeas corpus? What do you understand? Do you know anything about habeas corpus? Habeas corpus. Habeas corpus is the petition filed, habeas corpus is a petition, kind of writ petition that is filed before the High Court or the Supreme Court. High Court, if you file, it is Article 226, and if you want to approach the Supreme Court in be it any matter, directly you can approach under Article 32. So here under Article 226 you approach. Why do you approach this habeas corpus? See, any person is apprehended by the police and he is not traceable by the family members, and you are known and you have, it is in your knowledge that he have been detained by the police. So on that you can approach the High Court. You can approach the High Court or the Supreme Court through the petition known as habeas corpus. When the habeas corpus is filed, thereafter the order is passed by the court to produce that person physically before the court. Continue. आप लोग लीजिए 40 तक कंप्लीट हो आपके नोट्स में आप लीजिए और कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं मैथ लीजिए ओके सो टू प्रोड्यूस द बॉडी ऑफ द पर्सन डिटेन्ड बाय एनी पर्सन सो इसमें जो है आपको ऑनलाइन आ गया ऑनलाइन प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकते रिट पिटिशन सी high court and supreme court what the matters are there mostly what happens is that we will be approaching through writ petitions will be filed in the high court so there are different kinds of writ petitions writ of habeas corpus writ of mandamus writ of certiorari so basing upon different matters see if you have any matters pertaining to the roads and all you can approach in one petition so if you have any matters of criminal matters are there if a false case is booked upon you you can approach for that also n number of matters are there so you have any educational matters you can approach the court of law so likewise habeas corpus is one matter that you can approach the term habeas corpus is meant especially for this matter only that if a person is detained illegally by the police is tortured see what happens when a person is detained by the police have doubt on some person some any crime has been committed so what the police will do they will apprehend the person be it of theft or murder anything any crime is committed the police will apprehend the person they will keep him in the custody illegal custody they'll keep 3 to 4 days until says that he has done the committed the crime or he has not committed the crime till that time so what during that time what the family members can do they can approach the court of high court or the supreme court through the habeas corpus petition called habeas corpus in that what the court orders to produce the dead body of the person dying under suspicious condition that is custodial death right to order the release of the detained so they cannot even soon after the petition is filed they cannot release the person only they can release the person once his bail application is filed and the court is satisfied and the court grants the bail he can be released right so that cannot be done in this say likewise you have to produce the convicted person before the court so he has to produce the person produce not online but directly in person right a writ of habeas corpus means to have the body that is person present physically it is known as order issued by the court directing the person who is detained by the is detained be brought before the court the purpose is to examine whether the detention or arrest is illegal or legal if the detention is unlawful the court may order the immediate release of the person right अगर illegal detention है उसका तो जो है उसको फौरी रिलीज कर दो बोल के ऑर्डर देता कोर्ट वॉट एवर द further matter will be there that will be the dealt by the lower courts habeas corpus you approach to the habeas corpus will be called accused and he will be put before the court normally normal courts lower courts and we can find appeal and he is free thank you How are you? That's one. I'm letting you know that we that we because yesterday and today that's all I'm telling you got for today first time later I will that so yesterday we had already done the legal funding we are going to take it property is very simple and very easy by because already we have studied on 9.10 and regarding the language adding comfortable with Hindi, Urdu and English आपको जो language comfortable है चल first of all we begin with MCQ school ले रहे हैं हम लोग first basically MCQ pattern में ही एग्जाम किया जाता है ठीक है तो आप लोग को चाहिए कि MCQ फॉर्मेट में ही इसको अच्छे से लर्न करें ठीक है आप अगर आप एसेज में जाएंगे या रीडिंग में जाएंगे तो आपका टाइम भी वेस्ट होगा और तो व्हाट आई एम टाइप करें आपको MCQ के फॉर्मेट में लर्न करना बेहतर है लेट्स स्टार्ट द लार्जेस्ट स्टेट इन इंडिया बाय एरिया यहाँ पर ये नोट करना है देखिए बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन क्लियर हुए क्वेश्चन को सही से अच्छा पढ़िए ठीक है जहां पर एरिया दिया जा रहा है आपको सीधा समझना है कि लैंड सर्विस ठीक है इस स्टेट का मेजर लैंड सर्विस है हमारे कंट्री का तो ऑब्वियसली फर्स्ट ऑप्शन महाराष्ट्र नहीं है राजस्थान यस मध्य प्रदेश है मध्य प्रदेश लोगों को कंफ्यूजन होता है समझ मध्य प्रदेश सेंट्रल है तो ये ज्यादा बड़ा होगा है उत्तर प्रदेश ऊपर है और कैपिटल एरिया है तो समझ लीजिए वो ज्यादा नहीं लैंडस्केप के हिसाब से एरिया राजस्थान
Rajasthan say northwest. हमने इसको extra information आपके लिए रखी है.
Ma'am, please speak louder. Your voice is not clear, please.
Rajasthan is a state in northwestern India known for its desert landscape, royal heritage. As we all know, वहाँ पर जो पहले जमाने की civilization थी, उसका जो heritage है आज भी उसका बहुत ज़्यादा स्केल किया जाता है. रॉयल हेरिटेज एंड वाइब्रेंट कल्चर देखिए वहाँ पर डिफरेंट कल्चर्स है. एंड इवन दो उसका जो कोस्टल लाइन है having a border with Pakistan नहीं हो. तो यहाँ पर हमने आपको भी थोड़ा बहुत इन्फॉर्मेशन ज़्यादा बताया. जयपुर इज द कैपिटल of the land area. And even the population, official languages, Hindi, regional languages, and some people even speak Marwari and Rajasthan.
Excuse me, ma'am, your voice is not audible.
My voice is not audible.
Yes. It's not clear.
Ma'am, please speak louder. Even the screen is not visible, not clear. It's very far. Please speak louder.
Just a minute, hold on. Here. Sure. What? Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes, louder and clear. Thank you.
The screen is not completely visible. It is like half visible. Can you ask people to set it correctly, please?
Now?
No. You are far better, but I mean your voice is far better, but the screen is little blurry now.
I want you to adjust the screen, ma. Just let me.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, just hold on. They will adjust and let you know. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
So the longest river in India is options: Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Ganga, Godavari. Now in this option, many people get confused that maybe Brahmaputra is the largest. It is not like that. In India, see what they're asking is in India. By the originating area till the falling of river Ganga will be inside our country. So that's why Ganga is the largest, longest river according to the location. From where it is originating and where it is falling, it is the matter over here. Coming to Brahmaputra, it may look like it's a very long. Yes, it is long, but it is outside our country. It starts and originates from Tibet. So that's why we consider the longest river of our country is Ganga. Coming to the sacred point over here, the Ganga river is known internationally as Ganges. They pronounce it like that. वो ऐसा बात करते, ठीक है? They call it like that. But in our country, it is called as Ganga, holy river Ganga. And why they feel? Who all feel this? That it is holy? Hindus. Obviously, they have many rituals. They do it. From where it starts is Gangotri Glacier in Himalayas. So the origin is from that area, and that is Uttarakhand somewhere. Okay, now it flows southeast across northern India into Bangladesh, supporting hundreds of millions of people before emptying into the Bayabada. There is a delta created over there, where the Brahmaputra also come and joins, and even Ganga comes and joins, and there they have lot of tributaries there, and it becomes a triangular delta. Delta means where they are having a division, and from there the multiple tributaries flow into Bay of Bengal. That also we'll discuss inshallah later. We need not do it right now. Now, these Hindus are actually having a faith that this is their goddess mother Ganga Ma, okay, and they have rituals to do in that. And many other things apart from the mythology, ecology, agriculture, and cultural activities are done in that. Yeah. Now, the highest mountain peak, usually people think it is Mount Everest. It's not like that. Kanchenjunga is the correct answer here. Kanchenjunga is having the measurement over here 8,586 meter and 28,169 feet. It is the world's third highest mountain. Remember this point? Third highest mountain, straddling the border between eastern Nepal and India's Sikkim state in eastern Himalayas. So this is one of the location points. Please make a note over here. Okay. And long venerated as 5 treasuries of great snow. Okay. So the top area is totally snowy. And in those areas, it is called as the 5th treasury. Treasury, everybody knows what is treasury. कीमती चीज को कहते हैं. तो यहाँ पर उनके हिसाब से ये कीमती उनका पहाड़ है. Okay. It is revered by local communities, remains one of the least climbed. यानी जो आपने माउंट एवरेस्ट के बारे में सुना है कि बहुत सारे जनों ने उन्हें क्लाइम किया है, बट ये क्लाइम अभी किया है लोगों ने, बट नॉट मच पीपल कंपैरेटिवली टू माउंट एवरेस्ट. सो यहाँ पर वेरी लीस्ट क्लाइम्ड माउंटेन कहा जाता है. Coming to the capital of Arunachal Pradesh. Now see, everybody knows this basics in our social studies, that capital of Arunachal Pradesh is none other than Itanagar. Itanagar के बारे में थोड़ा बात समझेंगे अपन. अरुणाचल प्रदेश के ये स्टेट है, आपको मालूम है, द ईस्टर्न मोस्ट पार्ट एंड द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न मोस्ट पार्ट, ऊपरी इलाका हमारे देश का नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट में ये स्टेट लाई करता है. एंड इट इज बॉर्डर्ड विद 3 कंट्रीज, भूटान, चाइना एंड म्यांमार। एंड इस लैंड को, इस एरिया को, इस स्टेट को लैंड ऑफ डाउनलिट माउंटेन्स भी कहा जाता है। डाउनलिट माउंटेन्स थोड़ा यानी कि वो साइड पर जो ऊपर से पर्वत चले आ रहे हैं वहां पर भी टच होते, वहां पर हिट होते, वहां पर भी है, बट वो थोड़ा कम होते जाते इन क्वांटिटी। मतलब जितने हाईएस्ट पीक्स आपको कश्मीर और ये लद्दाख साइड उसके नीचे आएंगे, उसके अलावा भी यहाँ पर भी माउंटेन्स है, बट इट इज वेरी लिट लिटिल वन। इट इज सेलिब्रेटेड फॉर इट्स हिमालयन लैंडस्केप। ऑब्वियसली वहां का जो रीजन है, हिमालय के जो 3 रेंजेस है वहां पर भी रीच होते हैं, तो उस एरिया का जो लिविंग स्टैंडर्ड है वैसे ही वहां पर सेलिब्रेट किया जाएगा। वहां पर ट्राइबल पीपल के कल्चर्स यूज होते हैं बिकॉज एरिया वैसा है। एंड स्टेट इज स्ट्रेटेजिकली सिग्निफिकेंट एंड कल्चरली डाइवर्स। देखिए टूरिज्म का तो बहुत ज्यादा वहां पर इंपॉर्टेंस है, बहुत सारे लोग बाहर से वहां देखने आते हैं। ओके, डाइवर्स कल्चर्स है, वहां पे ट्राइबल लिविंग है, तो बहुत सारे लोगों के लिए डिफरेंट डिफरेंट यानी देखने की चीजें मिलेंगी। एंड ओवर 2 डजन मेजर ट्राइबल। इमेजिन यहाँ पर क्या दिखा रहे हैं आपको कि वहां पर ट्राइब में भी डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ट्राइब्स वहां पर मौजूद है। ओके, देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ट्राइबल पीपल देयर। अराउंड 24 मीन्स, इमेजिन 2 डजन बोले तो आप समझ सकते हैं ना कि करीब 24 तरह के ट्राइबल पीपल वहां पर रहते हैं। Coming to Thar Desert now. Thar Desert is the, just now we were at the easternmost part, northeasternmost part, now we are at the western part. Okay, coming to the western part of our country, we have a desert there. The dry area. Now, where is it located? Gujarat, Punjab, Rajasthan, Haryana. Everybody knows this. Again, once more, Rajasthan is the state over there. The Thar Desert, also known as the Great Indian Desert, is a vast arid region spanning northwestern India and southeastern Pakistan. Obviously, we are having it at the west side, but for Pakistani people, it will be called as the easternmost side of their country. Now, between these two countries, there is a boundary, natural boundary, and is one of the world's mostly densely populated desert. Usually, what happens because of the arid climate and desert is humid, hot, people actually don't exist there because of the life. The life over there is very tough. But upon the arid climate there, still in our country, it is a most densely populated. Keeping the hottest region in mind, still the area over there is densely populated. That is a very significant thing for us. Now, notable is that the distinctive here it is that different kind of cultures, again biodiversity and desert landscapes you can see in that region. Okay, so location, area about 2 lakh kilometers square, location mostly in Rajasthan, India. And see, this desert area doesn't not only falls in India's area, even though in the area of Pakistan also this desert will continue. It will be somewhere around Sindh, Punjab in Pakistan. You're getting my point? The desert doesn't end with the coastal line of our country. It will extend even in Pakistan. So a little bit of desert area is also inside the Pakistan region also. Coming to Tropic of Cancer, this is one of the important latitudes which we have already studied in our low classes. First of all, the 0 degree level is the equatorial region, and the north part of that will be a latitude which will be considered as Tropic of Cancer. Now they are asking, Tropic of Cancer passes through options: northern India, middle India, southern India, western India. Obviously, logically, what do you know about the map? When you see the 0 degree equator, it is obviously cutting our earth into 2 hemispheres. So our country is definitely lying in the north side. First point. Then after that also, to an extent, when you reach the Tropic of Cancer, the major part of our lower, that is southern India, is passed out. It will be in the central part of our country. So Tropic of Cancer will definitely hit the middle India. Okay, or you can say cross our middle India. So middle India is the correct answer over here. Now the Tropic of Cancer is an imaginary circle of latitude located about 23.5 degree above the equator, north side to the equator, and where the sun can appear directly overhead. So you can understand what will be the climate over here. Majorly, see, when equator, we talk about equator, it is torrid zone. Okay, there is very hot area. Above that also, it's still hot. We can understand that area over there in the middle India will be a little bit hotter, not cold. So in our area, in the middle India, that the climate will be moderate type of climate, not that hot, not that cold, but it will be sunny. So because of this location, actually, okay, it will be very sunny. Sun can appear directly overhead, occurring at June solstice every year. Okay, and this line plays a key role in defining the planet's solar geometry. See this. Okay, the solar geometry will be considered by this one particular latitude. You may have heard about climate zones and time zones. All this is studied by the longitudes and the latitudes of our globe. Next, the Western Ghats are also known as. Now, where is this Western Ghat? Please note this. Western Ghats starts from the tip of Gujarat. Okay, we are at the, see, this my hand is at the west side. You should suppose it like that. And this is the Arunachal type. Okay, so this side, the Western Ghats are located. Okay, Western Ghats are the range of hilly areas till Kerala. It's like a belt. It's going from Gujarat down towards till the Kerala tip, and it is parallel to the western coastal line of our country. Try to understand. Coastal line is the line where our country land is ending. The territorial region is going to end. Whereas just parallel to it will be the Western Ghats from Gujarat till Kerala. Okay, remember that. Now let's read about it. And what is they're asking is the Western Ghats are also known as. See, Western Ghats are basically at the west. Okay, so logically it can't be Himadri. So A is Himadri, which is not at all located over there. It is all in Himalayan region. Coming to Shivalik also, again, that is the third range. So it is again not the part. Aravalli also not, because it is again located in the north. We are talking about Western Ghats. So it is definitely Sayadri Hills. Okay, you have to keep this in mind. Sayadri Hills are the Western Ghats. Now, again, we'll just read 1-2 lines and we'll go off. The Western Ghats are also known as Sayadri Hills and a mountain range running parallel to India's western coast, as I taught you. Then it is one of the 8 hottest biodiversity hotspot, the area over there. Okay, it is being selected as the hotspot and UNESCO World Heritage Site, because earlier there were so many, emperors, they have, governed over there, they have ruled over there, and they made so much of ancient heritage over there, and it is famous for that. Coming to monsoon patterns also is due to that, those ghats, and ecological stability. We can, if they ask you location, you can just stick on western edge of India from Gujarat to Kerala. Yeah, the largest freshwater lake in India. Come on, look at this. I will even share the lake map also with you all, inshallah, very soon. Lake, they are different lakes from top till our Kanyakumari. Okay, they are different lakes. So in those lakes, there are n number of lakes. Okay, n number of lakes. For that, you need to go through with that map. I will inshallah share it with you. But briefly, what can be the options over here are largest freshwater lake in India are Dal Lake, Chilika Lake, Valar Lake, and Loktak Lake. So in this, you will have the correct answer as Olar Lake. Olar Lake is at the top. When you go and see in the map, it will be somewhere near Kashmir. Okay, the very most top of India's map, Volar Lake is there, and you can see how the water is over there. You can see it is totally, the pure river over there, and the water is totally, very nice to have it. And definitely there is a lot of difference in our water and that fresh water over there. So Volar Lake is a large natural freshwater located in Bandipura district of Jammu and Kashmir, India. Where it is located also, if they ask you, you should know. It is Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. And it is among the largest freshwater lakes in Asia and plays a vital role in regulating the hydrology of Jhelum River Basin. You know that even Jhelum is located over there. So the lake supports local livelihood, biodiversity, and serves as a natural flood reservoir. Okay, basically location is the most important thing. You should remember where is this Volar Lake located. It is at the top in the Jammu and Kashmir area. Okay, and if they're asking any district, Bandipura district is the correct word over there. नेक्स्ट चलिए, ये तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. ओके, ये तो सबको याद होना चाहिए, बट स्टिल जिसको नहीं भी है, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड नाउ. द स्टेट नोन एज स्पाइस गार्डन ऑफ इंडिया. सबसे ज्यादा बेहतरीन स्पाइस के लिए जो मशहूर हमारा स्टेट है, दैट इज नन अदर देन केरला. तमिलनाडु, केरला, कर्नाटका, आंध्र प्रदेश, बट इन दिस अमंग केरला इज द वन which is the correct option. Okay, Kerala is famous for its spices, and earlier also when the British rule was there, they were actually fan of these spices. They have been here for the spices only. They have majorly, done the trading in spices with our country, India. Kerala is a state in southern India, as you all know the location. Known for its distinctive geography of lush greenery, backwaters, and coastal plains. आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा बीच एरियाज देखते हैं केरला के, द कोकोनट्स एंड ऑल द स्टफ. वहाँ का जो वेजिटेशन है वो सब आपको ऑलरेडी मालूम है, बट स्टिल वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड विद दिस. एंड द हाईएस्ट लिटरेसी रेट इज इन केरला. अगर ये वाला क्वेश्चन भी आ जाए तो यू कैन आंसर इट. केरला इज द लीडिंग मोस्ट in education field. Now coming to other than that also, in tourism also, in healthcare also, they are playing a very significant role. Kerala is one of the most, I must say, civilized state in our country. Capital, everybody knows it, Thiruvananthapuram. Okay, and the language spoken over there is Malayalam. Okay, yeah, let's talk about Brahmaputra now. So the river Brahmaputra originated from, obviously, we have option Himalaya, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan. See, these 3 regions are out of our country. The only one is from Himalayas, but I know that Himalayas are not that area from where Brahmaputra originates. It is Tibet, obviously, out of our country. From the north of our, country, the Brahmaputra river originates, and it actually crosses overall the Chinese area, then it comes into Arunachal, and then from Arunachal it flows into West Bengal, and from there it comes into our area, obviously West Bengal, and then from there it joins the delta. From delta it again merges with the Ganga river, and then it flows into the Bay of Bengal. This is the procedure, but it is out of our country. As I told you, it is longest, but still it is out of our country, so it will not be considered as our country river. Means it is our country river, but not the longest one. All right, so don't get confused. It is from Tibet. The originating point of this river is from Tibet. Don't get confused. Anybody can write on Himalaya. It is not Himalaya. Okay, please make sure. Now, the Brahmaputra river is a major transboundary river. Transboundary because it is in two major countries. It is even in China, in the location of Tibet and China now, and in our country also. So that's why it is called as transboundary river. क्योंकि दो बड़े मुल्कों के बीच में है वो, आधी उधर है आधी इधर है. That's why it is called as transboundary river. Of Asia that flows through Tibet, China, India, Bangladesh, known as Yarlung Sangbo in Tibet and Jammu in Bangladesh. It spans diverse sea. इनके नाम, इस नदी के नाम है अलग अलग. जब तिब्बत में है तो उनको उनके चाइनीज नाम से पुकारा जा रहा है, ठीक है. और वो जब जैसे बांग्लादेश में आ रहे हैं तो उनको जमुना पुकारा जा रहा है. Finally, when they are reaching the area and they get joined into Gangas, obviously वो गंगा रिवर के tributary delta हो जा रहे हो. It becomes a delta over there. Then finally, it falls into the Bay of Bengal. Any doubt in this? Chaliye, smallest state everybody knows. I don't need to tell. Yes, Goa, Sikkim, Tripura, Nagaland. Obviously, Goa is the correct answer. Goa, where is it located, ma? Southwestern. It will even touch the Western Ghats. As I told you about the Western Ghats, even Goa is considered among the Western Ghats. Goa is also going to come into that. Goa is a coastal state in southwestern India along the Konkan belt, known for its Portuguese heritage. Why? Because the people over there, and when the Vasco da Gama came to our country, and he was from Portugal, and many other cultures he got from there, and he was, implementing over here. So he even went to Goa and he was establishing these cultures over there. That's why it's called as Portuguese heritage. Palm fringe beaches and vibrant tourism industry, and everybody knows why people come to Goa. They enjoy the beaches and they love to be very, it's like a picnic spot. It's very good at. They even have a lot of tourism over there. People from foreign countries, they come and enjoy the area. So that is why it is famous for tourism industry. And it is India's smallest state, but one of the most prosperous, because as the location is very beautiful and very, I must say, immaculate. That's why the people love to visit it. Prosperous, combining tropical beauty, because it's very beautiful, distinctive Indo-European, culture. You can see there the people are, a little bit Western style of lifestyle is also seen over there. And because most of the foreign people come and enjoy there, we get to see different international cultures also over there. Okay, the lifestyle and the living standard over there. The capital is Panaji. Please make a note over here. The land area also, you can see the population is 1.46 million, 2000 according to the census of 2000, and the language spoken is Konkani. If any question comes regarding language also, you should know what is the language of Goa. And yeah, that's it. Now, Indian Standard Time. Now, basically, how do we see time? Longitude and latitude plays a very vital role. Okay. Now, what is it basically? How to understand this? The ratio between the latitude and the longitude. Now, what is ratio? We will divide the latitude and the longitude. According to that, we'll come to know what is called time. Okay. So now here they are asking you what is the size of that particular latitude, which will be in our country. Indian Standard Time is based on which longitude? They're asking you. Okay. 75-degree east longitude. Option 2, 82-degree 30-inch longitude. 90-degree east longitude, 60-degree east longitude. Now, which is the correct answer will be obviously 82-degree 30-inch east longitude is the correct answer. That is standard time. Okay, standard time of a country. Longitude 82.5-degree east is a standard meridian that defines Indian Standard Time (IST), the official time observed throughout India. It passes through the central part of the country and serves as a reference for calculating India's uniform time zone just after the the coastal line of our, the Ladakh area, and it starts from there. That, the longitude is on that eastern side, because when we calculate about the west and east of our country, it is towards the eastern side of that. When you have our country map, it will be towards the eastern side, a bit of tilted towards the east side. That's why it will be east longitude, and it gives the time of our country. And we have only one time zone in our country, and that is calculating India's uniform time zone, 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of coordinated universal time. हमेशा हमारा थोड़ा ahead रहेगा. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is all about the reference is Mirzapur. it will touch Mirzapur. The longitude is touching Mirzapur. So if anybody can, in MCQs, they can ask you, IST touches which area? They can give any options and Mirzapur will be the correct answer. Please make sure थोड़ा बहुत note से भी आपको आंसर निकालने ही पड़ेंगे. थोड़ा learning pattern अपना ऐसा भी रखिए, because it's not necessary that the same MCQs are going to come, but this is just a revision work. Now coming to Andaman and Nicobar Islands, obviously everybody knows it is located in which, water body, obviously. So we know that Arabian Sea, no. Bay of Bengal, yes. Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, absolutely not possible. Now coming to Andaman and Nicobar Island, the Bay of Bengal is the northeastern arm of the Indian Ocean, northeastern arm. Okay. Again, we are talking about the eastern, this is the eastern side of our, the water body which is located in eastern side of our country. Down over there, we'll have Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And it is, bounded by India and Sri Lanka to the west, Bangladesh to the north, and Myanmar and Thailand to the east. It is the largest bay on earth and a vital marine and economic zone for South and Southeast Asia, influencing regional climate trade. So this is all about the, what all features this Andaman and Nicobar Island holds. That is all about that. We don't need to go much with that. Next, the largest delta. Obviously, as I told you, what is that? Just now we spoke about Ganga and Brahmaputra. That's the delta what we are getting in our country. Ganga and Yamuna, Ganga and Brahmaputra, Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi and Kaveri. It's not possible. Only Ganga and Brahmaputra is the correct answer over here. As I've already explained you what is the significance of this. This actually, they come and merge together and they fall into Bay of Bengal with the different tributaries. And this is vastly used for agriculture. The water which we get through Ganga and Brahmaputra is majorly used for irrigation purpose in the Indo-Gangetic plains, as you know about it. Coming to the next, this is the world's largest delta. Please make sure this is one of the points, world's largest delta. Chaliye, now what is Sundarbans? Let's see. Sundarbans are famous for what? First option, coconut tree, mangrove forest, tea plantation, rubber plantation. Okay, now it's actually mangrove forest. Okay, now ma'am, what are mangrove forests? We'll learn about it. Mangrove forests are coastal, intertidal ecosystem dominated by salt-tolerant trees and shrubs that thrive where land meets sea in tropical and subtropical region. देखिए ये ऐसी लोकेशन है जो ट्रॉपिकल रीजन्स जो हमारे एरिया हैं, हमारे कंट्री के ट्रॉपिकल एरियाज जो ट्रॉपिक में पड़ते हैं, वो एरियाज और सब ट्रॉपिक, यानी उसके अलावा भी थोड़े अलग हटके जो एरियाज आते हैं कंट्री में, उन रीजन में ये मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट पाए जाते हैं. स्पेशली वी कैन से थोड़ा ऊपर ही, अबव द ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर. ठीक है, ये जो लोकेशन है हमारे कंट्री का, उस जगह पर ये मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट पाए जाते हैं. ठीक है, तो यू कैन से दैट के इसके अंदर के जो सारा कुछ है, इसके अंदर जो नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज है, ये सारा कुछ हमारी कंट्री का वाइटल एसेट है. ओके, तो इसके लिए यहाँ पर आपको बता रहे हैं कि उसके अंदर क्या क्या चीजें हैं. सपोर्ट्स हाईएस्ट बायोडाइवर्सिटी, बहुत ज्यादा जीवन है वहां पर, लाइफ है, बहुत सारे एनिमल्स, वैरायटी ऑफ टाइप्स ऑफ एनिमल्स एंड different vegetations can be cultivated. Store vast amount of blue carbon, ये इसकी one of the speciality significance है, and make critical for both the ecological and climate stability. इसकी significance यही है कि ये climate stability में बहुत काम आता है. ठीक है ना, because of the biodiversity over there. Coming to the black soil is also known as, देखिए black soil को क्या बोला जाता है, ये आपका ऑप्शन है. फर्स्ट वन, alluvial soil, red soil, rigid soil, laterite soil. Now the answer is rigid soil. Now what is rigid soil, ma'am? Let's read it. Come on. Rigid soil, commonly known as black cotton soil. You have to remember this point. Rigid soil is all nothing but the cotton soil only. It is a clay-rich soil type predominantly found in the Deccan Plateau of our country, India. That is where we are living. We will get this rigid soil in our area. Where is this Deccan Plateau, ma'am? Half of the, little bit down of south of Madhya Pradesh, and again our Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and even little bit areas of Maharashtra from this side, and even Karnataka side. So these all region totally makes a triangular type of plateau region, which will be having rigid soil in it. What is famous for? What is this actually famous for? For its dark color, for high fertility, moisture retaining capacity, and all this vital for cotton cultivation. So our this Deccan Plateau is famous for cotton cultivation due to this special oil. So yeah, color you can keep in your mind, deep black and deep dark gray. Okay, and many other minerals are found in this soil. Minerals like iron, lime, calcium, aluminium, magnesium. It is all made up of those minerals over here. Coming to Deccan Plateau, everybody just now spoke. Where is Deccan Plateau? It's in the just below the middle of India, and it starts from around somewhere Madhya Pradesh, and it goes down till our state, and it even touches little bit to Tamil Nadu also, and some areas of Kerala. Let's see. The Deccan Plateau is located, first option, northern India, obviously not. Southern India, probably. Eastern India, not at all. Western, no, not possible. Okay, so Southern India is the correct option over here. So we'll just understand what all countries, states can come into this location, okay, in this plateau. South India refers to the southern region of India, which generally includes these many states, students: Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana. Just now I spoke about these. So these are the states which are going to come in that range. This region is known for its distinct Dravidian culture. As you all know that earlier there was Dravidians over here who were living over here. So they brought different cultures and language to this area. Rich history of temples, lush landscapes, and the Western and Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats are also going to touch us, and even Eastern Ghats are also touching, because we are just parallel to them actually. Okay, like Western coastal line was parallel to the Ghats, and again after Ghats, the plateau region starts. Both the side. See, both the side, Eastern and Western Ghats are there. Okay, parallel to the coastal areas. Then next comes the plateau region. So obviously they are again parallel to our plateau region, Deccan Plateau. Okay. Yeah, coming to the largest river island in India. Okay, the largest river island in India is first one Majuli, Diu, Lakshadweep, Andaman. So in this, the correct option is Majuli. Let's understand where is this Majuli located. Okay, Majuli is a large river island located in Brahmaputra River in Indian state of Assam. Okay, this is the area in Assam where this river comes through, and that is, it's creating a large island over there. It is known for its vibrant cultural heritage, especially as a seat of neo Vaishnavite in Hindus' belief system. Okay, Vaishnavites monasteries called satras. Earlier, they in the Hindu mythology they used to have these all things. So they have made that. They made over there. They constructed. Majuli is recognized for its unique ecosystem and is often described as the world's largest inhabited river island. River island. Okay, remember this. Location is Brahmaputra. And the area also they are showing here 880 square kilometers, varies seasonally. It depends. Your next question for you all: the state with the longest coastline. Everybody knows what is coastline, right? The territorial area of the state. The line, the outer boundary. Like in math, we learn perimeter. Similarly, like that, the coastal line of the state. So here the question is the state with the longest coastline in our country. Options are Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Maharashtra. So the correct answer is Gujarat. How come, ma'am? Gujarat is the coastal side in the Western India, known for its industrial strength, okay, cultural heritage, and historic significance, bordered by the Arabian Sea, neighboring Pakistan. It is one of the India's most economically developed and culturally dynamic regions. Okay, see, earlier what happened when Britishers came? What happened? They had landed Surat, right? It is where it is located, ma, in Gujarat, and there they have established their, first industries and all those stuff, companies, even though in Calcutta, but even Surat was one of the important region over there. Coming to the dynamic region, and with Gandhinagar as its capital and Ahmedabad as its largest city, it is very important that you should understand the coastal line of Gujarat is the longest one. Capital Gandhinagar, language over here is Gujarati. Area you can see 1,96,000 square kilometer. Even population we have discussed here. Let's go ahead. Now, Himalayas are an example of. Now, here see, you have studied about different types of mountains: block mountains, okay, fold mountains, okay, and residual mountains, volcanic mountains. Mountains are of due to different reasons we get to get the mountain. When the tectonic plates, they get distracted or they get hit by any other land, it creates the folded mountain. So according to us, this Himalayas are actually being originated because of a land part called Gondwana. It got hit to the Asian plate. When it hit to the Asian plate, the tectonic plates had the vibrant movement, due to which the emergence of Himalayas existed. Got it? Because of that, Himalayas are generated. You're getting my point. So if they're asking about Himalayas, definitely it will be fold mountains. Why? Fold mountains come into existence because of the movement of the tectonic plates, and then it rises up and increases in the size, in the height. I mean to say that. Okay, the fold mountains are the large mountain ranges formed when two tectonic plates collide. Okay, getting my point here. So the two tectonic plates collide, and layers of the Earth's crust goes on, coming up and up and on, and compression, due to compression over here, it gets folded as well. So these are among the youngest and the most dramatic landforms on Earth. And as I have told you the history of our country, that the Gondwana plate had come and hit to the Asian plate. That's the reason we are having all Himalayas right now with our country, and it's actually a savior for us to save us from the chill, cold, winds from Siberia. Everybody knows the Russian climate over there. So to protect us, it's a gift for us children. Yes or no? Yes. So formation, compression and folding of sedimentary rock layers. When it got hit, this mountains got emerged, and from there onwards, we are having that beautiful site in our country. Now, what are examples? Himalayas, Ains, Alps, Appalachian mountains are the examples. Coming to the crop now. The main crop of Assam is, we know it, but we'll first go with the options. Wheat, rice, tea, cotton, that is rice. Okay. Now, rice in the Ayurvedic name, we call it as Oriza sativa. Okay, this is the Ayurvedic name. Yeah. Scientific, and we can even in Ayurveda also it has been right. We in Ayurveda students also study this same term. You can research about it. Now, it is a domesticated cereal grain that serves as a staple food for more than half of the world's population. As you know, in India, we all love rice and we can't stay without rice. So this is one of the famous food crop which we get from Assam. Sure. Yeah, so if anybody wants to know that, you can just keep a note of it. Yeah, this is the one of the very important, interesting topic, the Run of Kutch. Everybody knows about this? Yes, Run of Kutch is located. First of all, where is it located? Gujarat. And it is very sophisticated as we get to know that there are so many earthquakes over there. We get to get, instant earthquakes over there. So it's actually even famous for earthquakes. Plus here, that's not the option. Run of Kutch is famous for forests, salt desert, mountains, rivers. The correct option is salt deserts. How, ma'am? How is it famous? Like we need to learn about it. The Run of Kutch is often called South Desert because during the dry season, its vast plains are covered with thick crust of salt. Okay, because of the dry season over there, it is having this kind of coverage over there in the plains, vast plains, and this salt left behind due to the evaporation of water. By the evaporation of water, it's one of the largest salt desert in the world. Okay, everybody go know what is the salt desert now? Now coming to river Narmada. See, everybody knows the location, but still I'll remind you what is like the location of Narmada. River Narmada is, not the eastern flowing side. It will be the western flowing side. Getting me? Narmada flows towards the Arabian Sea. I mean to say this side, opposite side. Like how river Ganga is going towards the Bay of Bengal, Narmada flows opposite direction. Okay. So let's talk about Narmada now. Now the river Narmada flows into Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean. Obviously, when it is going towards the opposite side, it will fall into Arabian Sea. All right. It will not go to the Bay of Bengal. Now, the Arabian Sea in the northwestern extension of Indian Ocean, bordered by the Arabian Peninsula, India, Iran, Pakistan, and the Horn of Africa, covering around 3.86 million kilometers square. It has a long been a key maritime link between Europe, Africa. This is all about its beneficiaries, like its significance. Now, area you can see 3.86 million kilometers. Depth you can see here. It is 2,734 meter down. And the main river inflows is from Indus River. Major ports, what we can see is Mumbai, Karachi, Aden, and Salalah. Sorry. Okay. And even it is touching the famous, right now, famous Strait of Hormuz also. So everybody is maybe hearing in the news nowadays. Okay, next question. Eastern coastal plain. Coming to the eastern coastal. Just now we were talking about the Western Ghat and the Western coastal plain. Now we are coming to eastern coastal plain, where we have a lot of famous fishing industry there. We can see most of the people are doing fish farming over there. Like, let's see what is it. What is the eastern coastal plain are known as? Okay, na Konkan coast, Malabar coast, Coromandel coast, or northern plain. So obviously, you have maybe studied that from Gujarat till down there are some coastal, coastal areas are given some names, and even from Orissa till Tamil Nadu, tip of Tamil Nadu, we'll have given some more coastal plains. They are divided into this part as 2 and this part also 2. So the eastern part we'll call it as Coromandel coast. We call it Coromandel coast. And what are located over here? Let's see. The Coromandel coast is the southern part of eastern coastal plains. Southern part. The Orissa area is not touching that. For Coromandel, it is the southern part. That is, it is Tamil Nadu area. Tamil Nadu coastal area. Okay, and parts of Andhra Pradesh also bordering. You can see Indore over there, Ongul over there. Those areas are located at that coastal areas. Okay. The bay of that area will be these Machlipuram. These areas comes into that location. This coast is known for its fertile soil, extensive agriculture, and historical important ports like Chennai also. Next, the climate of India is mainly influenced by how our country's climate is influenced. It's in common. What are we going to do? Trade winds, monsoon winds, westerlies, and polar winds. So what is the correct answer here? Monsoon winds. Why, ma'am? Monsoon winds are large-scale seasonal wind system. Monsoon winds are the large-scale seasonal wind system that revise direction between summer and winter in our country, especially. Okay, so profoundly shaping the climate of tropical and subtropical region are due to this monsoon wind. Okay, now next, they are best known for producing the wet and dry season. Why are they significant? Because they will produce the wet and dry season for our country, as well as they dominate the season dominates South and Southeast Asia, West Africa, and Northern Australia as well. Not only our country, these monsoon winds even touch the Australian plate also, okay? The area also. The largest plateau. Obviously, no. Our plateau. So, there's no other option. Malwa Plateau, Chota Nagar Plateau, Deccan Plateau, and Meghalaya Plateau. Now, Deccan Plateau, just now what we discussed, it is inside the location of peninsular India. So, this is located inside the peninsular area of our country. And what it's famous for? Let's see. Deccan Plateau is large and elevated region in South India, Southern India, covering most of the Indian peninsula between Eastern and Western Ghats. Know that what I told you? From the central part of Madhya Pradesh till the, like, in a V shape or in a triangular shape, it is located in our peninsular area. Location South India between Western and Eastern Ghats. Keep that in your mind. You can just make a V in your mind. That way it is, okay? Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, and in between there you will have your Deccan Plateau, and it is the famous. The river Godavari is known as, let's see, twin of Ganga, Dakshin Ganga, holy river, river of South. It is below the holy river Ganga. So we'll call it Dakshin. What is Dakkan? Dakkan means South. Just below the Ganga, you can see Godavari. So that's why it is called as Dakshin Ganga. Remember, what is Dakshin? Dakshin, which comes down. Okay. So this word you can keep in your mind. Dakshin means which comes down, and below Ganga you can see Godavari. So that is, you can just understand and take it. Dakshin Ganga is the correct answer. Now, Godavari river is again called Dakshina Ganga because it is down to Ganga, which literally means Ganga of the South. नीचे की गंगा मानी जाती है, इन लोग के हिसाब से उन्होंने कहते हैं वो नॉर्थ की गंगा है, वो गंगा माँ है, तो उसकी दक्षिणा गंगा यानी नीचे वाली गंगा, और उस हिसाब से वो लोग इसको गोदावरी भी बोलते हैं. They have some terminology with their holy belief systems, okay? And importance क्या है कि this name reflects the important largest river in South India. South India की ये सबसे largest river है, okay? Keep this in your mind. Now, both in terms of length as well as the area of the basin. Okay, basin is the reach of that. Okay, niche ki depth and all the stuff. Similar to how Ganga river is rivered in north, similarly that is in the south. Okay, but originates from Western Ghats and reaches Ghats in Maharashtra and flows eastward in Bay of Bengal. See, the flow of this river is not from this side to this side. Again, it is again going down. But from where it is emerging, from Maharashtra to Bay of Bengal, it's going to fall into Bay of Bengal. So this is very important to keep. The origination is very important, children. You have to keep it in your mind. The western coastal plains. Now see here, we are talking about this all Indian features, physical features of our country. So western coastal plains are divided into again Konkan and Malabar. Now we are talking about this side. Not eastern coastal, we are talking about the western coastal. Now western coastal, what we can see, Konkan and Malabar, Coromandel and northern, no, this is not going to be Punjab and Sindh, not at all. Ganga and Brahmaputra, not. Konkan and Malabar is the correct. Malabar because it is touching Kerala. Okay, whenever you talk about Kerala, is this side, right? Tiruvananthapuram is this side. So we can just imagine Malabar. You need to remember to click your mind that anytime western coastal plains means Malabar coast is touching there. So by this you can keep a check that whenever this question is coming in case, so you can just put that tick. Western coastal plains are divided again in three main parts: Konkan, Kannad, and Malabar, which is down over there. This we have already discussed. So finally, it is reaching our okay. These divisions are based on geography, rivers, and coastal features. Yeah. Now, state famous for backwaters is which one? Goa, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Odisha. Backwaters, everybody knows that Kerala is the most famous state over here. The state famous for backwaters is Kerala. Now, Kerala's backwaters are a network of interconnected lagoons, lakes, canals running parallel to the Arabian Sea. Okay. Again, it is parallel to Arabian Sea, and they are renowned for houseboat cruises, lush landscapes, and unique ecosystem. Okay, anyhow, I told you that our Kerala is very civilized, most civilized state, I must say that in our country. Okay, and the cold desert, you can see what is cold desert. We can talk about the hot climate, and the most cold means the chill area. The chill area is Ladakh is the correct answer over here. When options are Thar, Ladakh, Rann of Kutch, Spiti, and Ladakh is the correct. The cold desert in India is Ladakh region. It's trans-Himalayan desert. Please understand what again I'm saying. Trans-Himalayan means whenever there are something, two parties joining hands, there it will be. It is going to even touch a little bit of Pakistan and even Jammu and Kashmir. So that area is called as trans-Himalayan desert. And it is very cold in nature because of the glaciers, the snowy mountains over there. And temperatures are extremely low in that area because it is very cold and chill. And it is located in the rain shadow of the Himalaya. So for today, this is it, children. Okay, please practice well and make sure you want to know more about it. You can browse in your books the content what is given in your other than MCQs, you can go through with the text which is given in. Best of luck for your exam, hopefully. The one important thing I want to give you as a suggestion, please make sure you target your PYQ daily. One paper you have to solve at home so that you keep a track and make sure by the end of 50 days you are at least 90, 80 to 90% ready for the test. That's what I can do. Take care. Bye.
Name, phone number, qualification, organizer पर अपने को बस बात काम पूछना name, phone number, qualification उनका सुला लेक्चर स्टूडेंट क्यों ना स्पीकिंग नहीं ये अच्छा और पढ़ लो
Forgetting this. Yeah, students, the session for today is done. So we'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, madam. Good evening. Good night.
Yeah, students, there is an announcement. Okay. From Al Rayani Institute of Law, we are even arranging a second batch for online students. Those who are interested can again join from coming up 16th of April and let us know before time so that we can do the admission further procedures are there. So we need the candidates those who are still interested to join the second batch and you can come and get the admission done here as soon as possible. From 16th of April till 17th of May, we are going to conduct the online classes also for the second batch. So those who are ever interested, let us know about this and make sure they come for the admission. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.